back now, but
don't cry. You can rely on me, honey. You can come back.
Hey Honeybunches, welcome back to Vlogmas. What are we, number 4? Yeah. It's currently Tuesday. I don't really have a whole bunch on, so I bit the bullet and did like the last shop at the more obscure, not so local places to get bits like gluten-free bread, which goes in things like stuffing. We're making this terrine thing, which could be a bit of a challenge, but anyway, what else was I getting? Just going to like other supermarkets that have like really good vegan chips, things like that. Sounds super junk foody, but anyway, I also ducked to an op shop and got some great fabric. I'll show you in a sec. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, about the last video. Thanks for the comments on that one. It does help when you know that other people are, well, not that you'd wish pain on other people, but are feeling the same way. This week is a kind of a quieter week, but I know it won't be. I've got a bit of catering to do, and then just like last bits and bobs before Christmas. I'm a bit bummed because I think my period's gonna come like on Christmas Day or around then, which happens most years. It's just kind of annoying because you want to feel your most sociable. What's the saying? Water off a duck's back, you know, be all that kind of thing. But yeah, I sort of nutted out what we're doing for Christmas Day. Christmas Day is always quite traditional and not that exciting in the food department. I mean, it's still great, and I don't really eat like that a lot of the year. But yeah, we're gonna try and make this Mildred's Terrine, the cookbook's downstairs, but it has like a tofu butternut squash outer layer, and the only thing I need to do to make it gluten-free is swap breadcrumbs, for gluten-free breadcrumbs. And then inside it has like a chestnut. It said red currants, but you just cannot get fresh red currants in Australia, so I'm gonna try and do a few tweaks and use cranberry or red currant. Wait, what is it? Some berry, like jelly, chutney type of situation. Won't be quite the same. Not as fresh, and anyway, it'll have festive flavours. I'll play around with it, but that goes in the middle, so I guess the texture of that isn't so crucial, and then the outside layer really holds the inner sitch in place so it cuts nicely. And then we'll do like roast veggies and a nice salad. It's more the things around Christmas Day, like catches up when we catch up with family friends and we like all bring dishes. I like that more because it's with the younger demographic that I don't see often, aka not the grandparents, and I can make things that I've been mentally noting that I would like to make for said people when I see them in the once a year that I do, and they get more excited about it and it's fun. Let me show you the fabric that I got. And so this is me like committing to making more things next year sewing wise. I always see nice bits of fabric and want to put them to use, so unless I'm like actually quite shit, but I think I'm competent at sewing, and I just need to have more confidence and go forth into more projects. Not fabric wise, but I got these like spotty bike shorty type things. They're just really stretchy. Like I don't know that I'd wear them out, maybe if I was on like a beach holiday, but with pyjama pants too. So great find. This like gold, silver, velvety, shimmery fabric. Yes, it's slightly stretchy, which is not always great. The other stretchy thing I got was this sort of like semi-fleece, but the colour and texture was too nice not to. Then this is like a wool mix thing. I've explained multiple times, I do not have an issue with buying wool secondhand because it's already in the world. Putting it to use is, I think, good to do. Sort of brownish chocolate equivalent, and a tablecloth with a yellow blue floral thing happening, and another tablecloth with light blue spotted stuff. Thick, non-stretchy cotton. So yeah, from the colour palette you can perhaps see what things will hopefully make their way onto Etsy eventually.
I'll be around. You were right about the stars. Each one is a setting sun. Tall buildings shake, voices escape, singing sad, sad songs. Tuned to chords strung down your cheeks, bitter melodies turning your orbit around. Don't cry, you can rely on me, honey. You can come by anytime you want. I'll be around. You were right about the stars. Each one is a setting sun. Tall buildings shake, voices escape, singing sad, sad songs. Tuned to chords strung down your cheeks, bitter melodies turning your orbit around. Voices whine, skyscrapers are scraping together. Your voice is smoking, and last cigarettes are all you can get, turning your orbit.
B. Hey Honeybunches, what have I done today? I walked the dog that I dog walked, probably maybe for the last time. Hopefully not ever, because you know, you develop a bond on these walks, and she doesn't get a lot of walks, but I'm also finishing up nannying with that family, and I think they might wrap up dog walking too. Anyway, it was quite hot today, so I did that early, and then I needed to make some lentil sausage rolls for a tinsy little catering thing, and I have a spot of nannying this afternoon, so I'm gonna make dinner in a bit. I wanted to mention something about period power, which I'm like 2/3 the way through. There's a lot of references at the end, so I would really recommend it. Like, I'm someone, probably like a lot of you, who know I probably should pay a bit more attention to my cycle, track it, at least on an app, but for me, whenever I've done that, I'm like, this is too simplistic, but then I'm like contradicting myself because I can't be stuff like using a pen and paper and being more descriptive. But this is like full flung persuaded me to, and I have, yeah, started observing more and writing down what your cycle looks like, because it can be very predictable once you know what sort of symptoms you get, and those sort of symptoms can be everything from like it actually is harder to get up in the morning, like you feel a bit more dizzy and lightheaded, you know, all those things that you'd be like, oh, I'm just a bit off in this weird way. I was like, how is this helpful? Like, it's not like it's a book that's teaching you how to say arrivederci to all those symptoms, but just being aware of them can make your life so much more smooth, because you know what to expect, and you're not just, what's the word? You're not just sitting back and all these things are happening to you, you've got a bit more agency, a bit more know-how. Anyway, the seasons that it talks about, it is sort of depressing, because like winter's when you bleed, then you go into spring, summer's like optimal time when you ovulate, ovulating, and then you go into your autumn, which is like classic PMSy period, before you next bleed. And if you have a long autumn, which many people do, then you can kind of be feeling quite shit throughout a lot of your cycle, which was, I found a bit like a really depressing thing to realize initially, because it's like, oh, I wish I was like in my summer all the time, because I notice especially like the way I speak and how articulate I am and how confident I am in just like the Broca's-Wernicke's area connection of like retrieving the right word to explain my point is just so good in my summer. And then in like autumn and winter, I often say the wrong pleasantry all the time, and I know what I'm wanting to say, but there's just this like heavy feeling that requires so much effort to like articulate it and put it into words. And then there's also like the side thing of like self-doubt during your autumn, so that doesn't help you articulate what you're feeling. So I was like, how is this helpful in the end? But actually it is so empowering to know where you are and all these different little bodily changes, psychological feels, what they mean and what they likely are each month. And it's also especially helpful so you can know when things are different and if something is more serious, like as you go throughout life. There was something else I was going to say. Oh yeah, and I've realised, I think, in reading this and like noticing my last cycle, that also the changes between seasons when like hormones are doing more dramatic things can be particularly tricky. Like going from summer to autumn is a bit of a thing, but once you're like settled in your autumn, you can groove out in it. It's not all bad, and obviously it's different for everyone, and I'm not saying a lot of it is like I didn't know that, but there is a lot that I would recommend y'all read if you're a menstruating body, which is what she addresses people. Not like, she doesn't assume you're a woman, which is great, and she addresses people of colour being most impacted by period poverty. And but anyway, just to say that she's very intersectional and it's a refreshing read in that sense. I think it came out like, let's check. Yeah, it's a 2019 book, so she's up with it. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Tall buildings shake, voices escape, singing sad, sad songs. Tuned to chords strung down your cheeks, bitter melodies turning your orbit around. Voices whine, skyscrapers are scraping together.
I feel really naked. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed Vlogmas number 4, Honeybunches. I shall try and do one more Vlogmas and then we'll see. I have some fab ideas for videos, juicy content that should go down well, I think. It's both creative and entertaining, I think. Already some things that I'm working on, so I'm excited about the new videos. I'll have time to film and edit in the new year, post-Christmas type of time. I hope you're doing well and sending you lots of love and peaceful Christmassy vibes. See ya.
Last cigarettes are all you can get.